Have you ever found yourself dreaming, perhaps in the quiet moments before dawn, of waking up to a blessing so profound, so utterly life-altering, that it reshapes the course of your entire existence? A sudden shift in your circumstances, an unexpected opportunity that unlocks doors you never even thought to knock on, wealth flowing into your life from directions you could have never predicted, easing your burdens and answering long-held prayers. What if I told you sincerely that the secret to such transformations might already be within your reach, not buried in the world's chaos, but hidden in the divine wisdom of a few powerful verses from the glorious Qur'an? Today, I want to share with you something deeply special, something that has the potential, by Allah's permission, to bring remarkable change into your life. 3 surahs, 3 sacred chapters from the Qur'an that, when recited with sincerity, trust, and presence of heart, can become the key to unlocking sustenance, ease, and divine barakah. These surahs are not magical formulas. They are not incantations. They are pure, divine words, words that flow from the infinite mercy and wisdom of Allah, filled with light, power, and the promise of relief for those who truly believe. Allah is our Razzaq, the supreme provider, and sometimes all it takes is a sincere turning back to Him, a heartfelt return, to witness extraordinary things unfold before your very eyes. So, I urge you, stay with me until the end, because what you're about to discover could be the beginning of a powerful and beautiful chapter in your life, Insha'Allah. Understanding Rizq in Islam, more than just wealth. In the sacred teachings of Islam, the concept of rizq, commonly translated as provision or sustenance, extends far beyond what we typically associate with material wealth. Yes, it includes money, income, and livelihood, but its true breadth encompasses so much more. Rizq includes your health, your knowledge, your emotional well-being, your inner peace, your relationships, and every single form of goodness that Allah bestows upon His servants. Muslims firmly believe that while effort, labor, and striving are indeed part of our journey, the ultimate source of provision is Allah alone. You can exert all your energy, pursue countless strategies, and exhaust every option available to you. But if Allah has not decreed that provision for you, it simply won't come. Conversely, if Allah has willed something for you, no force in existence can stop it from reaching you. This understanding is not just theological, it is transformative. It shapes how a believer interacts with the world. It fosters a deep inner peace, a contentment that stems from trusting in Allah's plan rather than being enslaved to anxiety or fear over financial matters. The Quran and the noble Hadith remind us time and again that provision flows through halal efforts, gratitude, and a heart connected to its Creator. Acts of worship, such as prayer, giving in charity, sincere remembrance of Allah, dhikr, and cultivating unwavering trust in Him, are all powerful spiritual means through which blessings are drawn. The Prophet Muhammad emphasized that rizq is not simply the result of one's effort or intelligence. Rather, it is deeply connected to one's sincerity, one's intention, and especially one's taqwa, God consciousness. As Allah says in Surah Al-Falaq, "And whoever fears Allah, He will make for him a way out and will provide for him from where he does not expect." Surah Al-Falaq 2-3. These words are not metaphorical. They are a divine guarantee. They assure us that rizq is not merely transactional. It's relational. It is rooted in your connection with Allah, in your efforts to purify your actions and your heart. So when we realign ourselves spiritually, when we focus not just on chasing wealth, but on strengthening our faith and purifying our means, Allah opens doors in the most unimaginable ways. And among the spiritual practices that help unlock this divine favor is the recitation of certain powerful surahs from the Qur'an. Surah Al-Waqi'ah, the chapter of abundance and assurance. Let's begin with the surah that has been widely referred to as the Surah of Wealth, Surah Al-Waqi'ah. This is the 56th chapter of the Qur'an, and it holds a significant place in the hearts of countless Muslims due to its profound themes, its vivid depiction of the afterlife, and its deep spiritual impact. One of the most compelling aspects of Surah Al-Waqi'ah is that it redirects our attention from the fleeting material world to the eternal reality of the hereafter. In doing so, it simultaneously reminds us of a fundamental truth, that sustenance, wealth, and provision are not in the hands of creation, but solely in the hands of the Creator. Allah says, "Is it you who create it, or are we the Creator?" Surah Al-Waqi'ah 59. This rhetorical question breaks the illusion of control and emphasizes that whatever we possess is a gift, not an entitlement. The Prophet Muhammad is reported to have said, "Whoever recites Surah Al-Waqi'ah every night will never experience poverty." Ibn Asakir. This hadith, while often cited, should be approached with sincerity, not as a superstition. The recitation of this surah is not about mechanical repetition. It's about internal transformation. It's about connecting with the themes, reflecting on its verses, and allowing it to anchor your heart in divine realities. Surah Al-Waqi'ah paints a powerful picture of the Day of Judgment, classifying people into three distinct groups. The foremost, those closest to Allah, the people of the right, those who are righteous, and the people of the left, those who rejected faith. This classification subtly teaches us that true wealth lies in the soul's state, not in possessions or bank balances. Making Surah Al-Waqi'ah a part of your nightly routine is like placing your financial concerns into the hands of the one who already knows your needs and is more generous than you can imagine. It instills a mindset of gratitude, trust, humility, and ethical living. Surah Al-Ikhlas, the power of pure Tawheed. Now we turn to Surah Al-Ikhlas, one of the shortest chapters in the Qur'an, yet one of the most profound. It is the 112th surah, and it encapsulates the purest essence of Islamic belief, Tawheed, the oneness and uniqueness of Allah. In just a few words, this surah describes Allah as eternal, self-sufficient, and incomparable. He begets not, nor is he begotten, and there is absolutely none like unto him. This brief yet majestic surah is so powerful that the Prophet said, "By him in whose hand my soul is, it is equal to 1/3 of the Qur'an." Bukhari and Muslim. Surah Al-Ikhlas holds a special place in the heart of every believer. Its recitation is not just a statement of belief, but an act of worship that reaffirms one's loyalty, love, and complete dependence on Allah. When recited sincerely, it cuts away the attachment to worldly distractions, anchoring the heart in complete reliance on the Creator. This type of spiritual grounding naturally brings barakah into a person's life. When a heart is aligned in pure Tawheed, it becomes a magnet for divine mercy and provision. It removes the fear of poverty, the obsession with material gain, and the anxiety about worldly outcomes. The Prophet once told a man who loved Surah Al-Ikhlas, "Your love for it will admit you to paradise." If love for this short surah can open the gates of eternal paradise, imagine what consistent, sincere recitation of it can bring in our worldly lives, by Allah's mercy. Surah Al-Falaq, the shield against hidden harms. Let us now consider Surah Al-Falaq, the 113th chapter of the Qur'an. Though brief, this surah is immensely powerful. It is a prayer for divine protection, an urgent plea for refuge in Allah from every form of harm, visible and invisible. Surah Al-Falaq teaches us to seek Allah's protection from darkness, from those who practice black magic, from the evil of envious people, and from the unseen forces that can quietly erode our well-being, happiness, and provision. Each verse in this chapter is a shield, a barrier between us and the forces that seek to harm us spiritually, emotionally, or materially. Often, we find our rizq stagnating, not because we haven't worked hard enough, but because of hidden obstacles, jealousy from others, the evil eye, or unseen spiritual interference. By making Surah Al-Falaq part of our daily routine, we actively shield our wealth, health, and peace from being disrupted by such forces. This surah reminds us of a reality that many neglect, that spiritual protection is an essential part of securing and preserving our blessings.